League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions, and it's all up next. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Wilson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Ford Field. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by former second-round pick out of Missouri. The quarterback is Drew Lock.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Room to run right away. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
From the gun, it's Lock. He finds his tight end, Bellinger. A gain there of 23 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lock. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the mark.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. receivers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Off the play fake. It's locked. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping the lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Here's a run. He is in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano, and after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career. He's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal.
Goff going to open up with a throw. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And just shy of the 40.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
First carry for David Montgomery. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun. It's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. Goes brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Williams in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to safety. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Lions first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. They bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
That is 14 for the 2nd time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Goff to throw. That one, take it in.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. First and 10. They go play action. It's locked. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he'll push his way ahead for game 2. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Lock out of the shotgun. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Lions offense ready to take over for their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. You'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And this will be a Lions first down as he gets this up to the 42.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On first down, it's Goff. This one caught by
passing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it'll put you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A second down throw for Goff. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And now in great shape, he's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. From the gun, it's Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Throwing here on third and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On fourth down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bates kick is good. And the Lions will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating its two sides. This drive kicks off with first and 10. They'll run with Tracy. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. In motion, it's Robinson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. are locked. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as the market inside the 20. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Goff to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he won't get away. Good tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
On second down, Goff gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Well, that helps. Going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Here's a third down and 4. Throwing, Goff. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun. And he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's second and 6. Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Third and 6. Here's Goff. Now he's loose at the 40. And he'll be taken down.
And after that explosive play, they have a chance to extend their lead even more, and they have had their way. The defense has had no answers for anything they've done in the passing game, and they don't find out a way to slow them down. They could be in for a long game.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's first and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations, backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And waiting, no signal. He did not get in. And that's going to bring up fourth and goal.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Who wants it more here? Fourth and goal from the 1. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And this will pay off. It is caught. Touchdown Lions.
And this is where the threat of run just opens up everything else in your offense, especially when you have a premier back lined up behind center. And this is one of those cases where the defense is so worried about how do we stop this ground game. They don't have enough guys to account for everyone in the passing game, and results in an easy touchdown.
Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Lions will get out in front, 17-7. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts first and 10. It's Tracy. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's locked. That's caught left side by Bellinger.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now it's Tracy looking to run. 17 yards, the gain there. First down, Giants.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the case this defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. He does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Now a screen set up for Tracy. And this won't be a touchdown, but it will be a first down as they're able to get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really...
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Tyrone Tracy, touchdown Giants. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Goodell on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. Nice shot on the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's got that one. Oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. I think he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route with great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
A carry here for Montgomery. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Jason Pitt there to end it. Here's 3rd and 7. Now, Goff. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Now Locke. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Second down and 3. On the ground, here's Tracy. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Pass pulled in by Tracy. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Lock out of the shotgun. Nowhere to go away. He's going to go down. Zadarius Smith forcing his way in to bring him down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now as he's on to punt for the Giants. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and come out to the 20-yard line. The Lions offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And knock him down beyond the 30.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Goff. That's a short one cut by Laporta.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Goff. They go right back to Laporta. And they listen him down, but before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We'll get a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. He had let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
And they bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action. Goff. Open man is the tight end right. And he's into the end zone. Right. Touchdown, Detroit. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for first and 10. On play action. Lock. Flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate, there wasn't a defender right there in the area. It could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. Now Lock. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
And this is where the versatility at the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And then they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They look underneath here for Tracy. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. From the 39, here's a first and 10. Here's Lock to throw. He's hit as he throws. It goes to the ground and it's an incomplete pass.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On second down, Lock. Open man is Robinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. To throw is Locke. Open man, that's Slayton. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Locke to throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he comes around through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to mean just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing on second down. Locke. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, man, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 4th down, the veteran Grant Gano for the Giants field goal try. This from 30 yards out. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are able to get it back within a score.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff is coming their way. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. A good return as he takes it across the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Down the field, he's got Saquon. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. And nothing will come of this last-ditch attempt at some points. Time runs out in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. and he may just be getting started.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. Second down and 8. Goff to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll run the draw with Gibbs. He needed 13, and got 13 for the first down.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3-and-out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He's going to air this one out. Inside the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Goff to throw on first down. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
A second down throw for Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll try to run it here with Montgomery. He's going to have a large first down. At least the first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
One more time for Montgomery. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw here, he takes the back down for a loss.
On the ground, Montgomery. And he will score. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and Drew Lock getting set for their next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. A first set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A carry here for Tracy. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. Play fake. It's locked. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage looks good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And nothing on that run back to the line scrimmage, and that is it.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get field for a big stop, and it sets up fourth down.
The Giants sending out their punter. As he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Montgomery. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end.
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back, looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Catch is made by Wright. And the defense can't stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Throwing, Goff. That's a short one, caught by Laporta. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
On play action, Goff. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Interference. Defense.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Locke, who adds another catch for his favorite target. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. On play action. Lock. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A 2nd down throw for Locke. Connects with his big tight end, Manhurst. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Lock out of the shotgun. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will score again. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do.
Extra point block and no is up and good. And the Giants will cut the deficit to 7. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. First and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing on second down. Goff. Over the middle. He's got St. Brown. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there. And that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Patrick motioning here. Quick throw, taken in. And he's down on the other side of midfield, marking at the 48-yard line.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. To throw is Goff. They go right back to Laporta. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. There's that man again. Another catch. It's a gain there of still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Throwing left side. Then it's taken in by Williams. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. That is side of the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. What a great play call, Daniel. Using the size of the tight end. You've been there. That's a really difficult play to pull off.
And I can promise you, Mike, they spend a lot of time all week working on this very play. They go down in the red zone, and they talk through it. They walk through it. He understands. He's got that big body tight end. Use all of that space to the outside. Keep the ball away from the defender. And it's the trust knowing that your guy is going to keep those feet in bounds and come down with 6.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions tack on one more to their lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. That's over the middle to the tight end, Bellinger. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Locke. A short one there to Bellinger. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Locke working out of the pistol. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
the second down. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
From the gun on third down is Lock. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he's going to have the Giants' first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Here's first and 10. Here's Lock. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Off the play fake. It's Lock. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. To throw is Lock. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Afachu Melifonwu. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off first and 10. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Goff to throw. Pass completed is St. Brown. And running down until he gets the 45-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air, Mike. You're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, They convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it.
A second down throw for Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. He had a touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Montgomery. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On second down, Goff. Got his receiver on the impact. He's got it. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
A little surprising here, Mike. They continue to throw the ball with this type of lead here in the fourth quarter, but with the day they've had, I don't know if I could really blame them. I mean, with the amount of man coverage that they're seeing, right now, the quarterback's just saying, what's my best matchup? Who do I love to gain separation? And just throw them the ball. And for the most part of the game, it's continued to work. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of 7. It's going to set up third down. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
At this point in the game, like, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs now. The balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
To throw is Goff. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Right. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now. I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to take over possession of the football. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Walk out of the shotgun. Will be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Down. They'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Lions offense getting things in order as they try for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this run game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up first and goal.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First and goal, and he is Montgomery. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. That is caught. Corner of the end zone. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Detroit. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. Bates now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions are going to extend their lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense and receiver Darius Slayton get to go to work again. They'll start out first down and 10. Lock. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
A second down throw for Locke. There's Pat Mannigan, another catch.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive. But now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On first down, it is Locke. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man, that's Slayton. And he will go all the way. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now, Goodell for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Giants are able to cut into the deficit. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here, trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the Hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll run with Montgomery. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Handoff, running left, it's Montgomery. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Montgomery. The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Montgomery, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now locked. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Locke to throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly, nothing developing. Get the ball down to your back, pick up a new set of downs.
That's to Robinson. He's got it. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Giants first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Throwing on 2nd down. Locke connects with his big tight end, Manhurts. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 1, 2nd and goal. To throw is Locke. It is brought in the end zone. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Gano on to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants are able to edge a bit closer. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. A run up the gut with Montgomery. And now we're going to time out by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Second down, Montgomery. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. One more time for Montgomery. And they might throw it on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.